probiotic supplement to help maintain healthy kidney function. Dr. Richard Johnson, Emeritus Professor of Medicine at the University of Colorado, is here to tell us what it is and more about it. He's here along with James Fabin, a Renadyl user. So welcome to you both. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah, so James, I want to start with you. So you discovered that you had some functions, some kidney failure. So tell me a little bit about it and what happened. How did you discover that?
Correct. I got really sick, and I thought I had a little bit of food poisoning. And I went to my doctor. He did a checkup on me. He sent me home with some medication to take care of nausea. The next day, things got worse. It was difficult just to stand up and walk. I went immediately back to my doctor, and he knew things were very serious. He sent me to the ER, where I spent a week in the ICU. And that's the first time I ever heard about any kidney issues. And I discovered that my kidneys had failed. And the doctors told me my future was dialysis while I waited for a transplant, which meant changing my life completely, quitting my job, finding a new way to support my family. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I'm very proactive, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna fight this. I'm gonna do everything I can to try to avoid going on dialysis.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done.
And that's what you've done. So before we talk about what you did, Doctor, can you talk a little bit more about chronic kidney disease, what it is exactly?
Yes. So first off, when people think of kidney disease, often they think of acute kidney failure where your urine output goes way down and you feel lousy and you get admitted and it's emergent. But there's another type of kidney disease, and that kidney disease is very common. 1 in 7 adults have chronic kidney disease. And this is a much more nasty kind of thing because what happens is the disease progresses very slowly and you don't know about it. And probably more than half of the people in the United States that have chronic kidney disease don't even know they have it. And it's it's related to many causes. High blood pressure, diabetes are 2 major causes. And it starts off with you not having any idea that you have it, just like you, James.
Yeah.
That's how it started with you. And yet your blood tests, if the doctor would measure it, would show elevations in creatinine and so forth. So that it is detectable, but as a person, you don't really notice it. And then over time, it starts to progress. And you begin, first it's like non-specific symptoms like you're feeling tired, you can't sleep well, you lose your appetite, you feel weak, and then, but then it can develop and it works and it can be associated with a heart disease and strokes and hypertension and all these other things. And if it progresses further, you have to go on dialysis, which is what James was. Yeah. So this is such an important thing to know about, and doctors can help patients with this.
Yeah, and Jay, how did it affect your life on a day-to-day basis?
So I was extremely weak. I had difficulty sleeping. So you can imagine, how am I performing at work? Everything was very difficult, very slow. It took a lot of effort. I knew I could not continue the life that I had. And with my young children, 2 little tiny ones, a 5 and a 7-year-old, I wanted to be with them, do things as they grew up. And the option of dialysis just didn't fit my lifestyle.
Right, yeah.
I was determined I am not going to go on dialysis, even though the doctors told me, James, it's not possible. Your kidneys are damaged. They failed. They're never going to get better. Okay. This is it for the rest of your life.
So that's where Renadyl comes in. All right, tell us what it is and how it works.
Yeah. So the first thing, just quickly though, is if you develop kidney disease, go see a kidney specialist, go see the doctors, go see the dietitians, make sure you get on the right medicines. You need to do all those things first. But there's some things that you can do that it doesn't require prescription, doesn't require seeing the doctors. And this is lifestyle, good diet, reduce sugar and salt, drink more water. But it is exercise. Try to do all those things. But there's another area, and that is that the gut health can be very, very important. Our gut contains many bacteria, and they can produce good things and bad things. There are good bacteria and bad bacteria. And it's not just what you eat, it's what happens inside. And with chronic kidney disease, there's often very bad bacteria. And those bad bacteria produce toxins. And because you can't get rid of toxins so well with kidney disease, they build up. And so there's this new approach which is backed in hard science that probiotics can help people with metabolic disease. There's strong data. I actually did experiments and found that probiotics could help animals with kidney disease. And so there's this probiotic that has been developed for patients with kidney disease, and it's called Renadyl. And this probiotic contains the good bacteria. So when you eat it, it replaces the bad bacteria and helps.
Okay, so we're looking at the bottles right here.
Yep.
So you started taking it, and what did you notice?
I started taking it, doing everything else that Dr. Rick was talking about, getting my blood pressure under control, and I did what the doctors told me was impossible. That was 2019. It's now 2026. I have never had dialysis, and my kidney function has actually improved. I have no more symptoms. I'm still doing my job, traveling, loving life, being with my children, making memories, and I'm very happy for that. Because dialysis, I just didn't want to go on it. There was no way.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you think this is a real benefit for many other people out there?
I think it could be of great benefit to many people. And, I think improving the gut health is an area that we're all recognizing is important. There needs to be more studies done. Like all good physicians, I'd like to see large controlled trials. But there is evidence, pretty strong evidence that probiotics are helpful. And you are a testimonial for one of those.
100% recommended.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us. You're going to help so many people here today. And I want to let you know, if you want to learn more or order, you can go to renadyl.com and find it on Amazon.